Alright, everyone, welcome back. We're exactly where we left off. And if I go back into first person, we can see Hadvar is just sitting there, just waiting, looking back. I told him not to look back. But yeah, this is what we're going to do today. These clothes, I know where to get some pretty good looking clothes. I'm going to go look for them. And then we're probably going to start the actual first part of the mission. Of the real storyline. Alright, so just gotta go this way a little while until I go down and I find a pathway. It's gonna take a little bit. But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually.
Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you.
Alright.
The rebels have themselves a dragon. General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
Alright, and I think I got my whole framing issue sorted out to where you'll be able to see my health, mana, and stamina bar. None of them are up right now because I've not used them, but you know what? Just to show you. Yeah, you see it right in the bottom left is my mana bar. And then you can see stamina in bottom right. And since I'm not being hurt, the middle would be my health. But yeah, I think I got the framing issue sorted out. So we should be good. Yeah. Can't remember if it's up here or not, but I'm going to check anyway. Might find myself in a little bit of a fight. No, it's right here. Great. Alright, like I said, as I'm choosing to be a mage, there's a guy over there who's also a high elf who has been killed. So I can take his robes. He's a Thalmor. Anybody who's ever played Skyrim before knows what a Thalmor is. I'm just going to take all of his stuff. And I know I said that I would stop using this menu, but for apparel, I'm obviously still going to be needing to use it. So this is partially because I just like the way they look, and partially because, I mean, they actually help my magic. So let me put my stuff away and I'll show you what I mean. Why I came for these robes. Oh yeah. There we go. Now we're cooking with fire. Alright. So we're going to make our way to Riverwood to start up a quest. And give me a second. Gonna pull out my headphone a little bit. It's been a little loud in my ears. Same way as last time. I'm going the right way, aren't I? Yeah, I'm going the right way. Just gotta keep going. Keep on trucking. Caps lock. Caps lock will make me walk, huh? That's good enough. So yeah. Just take in all the scenery right now. It's just, I still can't believe how they made this game. I mean, look. It's just... Oh, God. And up here are the specialty stones. They got the Thief Stone that would increase my thieving. The Mage Stone would increase my wizardry. And the Warrior Stone would increase my strength. And I think you could probably guess what stone I'm going to pick. I'm going to go with the Thieves. No, I'm going to go with the Mage Stone. Under the sign of the Mage, learn magic skill 20% faster. You may only have one sign blessing at a time, except sign. There we go. Mage Stone added. Now continue our way to Riverwood. And another thing that after I finished the first episode, I thought about and I didn't mention is I'm going to try to refrain from fast travel at all in order to maintain the longevity of the series and the excitement of it. I'm going to try to fast travel pretty much not at all. I may use a horse carriage every now and again, but I'm not considering that to be fast travel. I'm paying for a horse carriage at that point. But no, just like, let me show you what I mean. In here, if I go in here and I go down to map, see, there's nowhere that I've actually been yet. There's nowhere I've actually been yet, but like, let's say if I wanted to go to Helgen, I would click on it. And right now it's telling me I can't fast travel because there's enemies nearby, but you get the idea. But that gave me a heads up. Oh, well, enemies. There they are. Frickin' dogs. If you know me in real life, you know I don't like dogs at all. So, even wolves get me angry. Alright. So, let me try to show you properly. The Guardian Stone, fast travel to the Guardian Stone, I could say yes, but I'm always going to say no. So, yeah, continue on. Hope I don't run into any more friggin' wolves. Hate those fuckers. And here we are. We're at Riverwood. Might want to put away my weapons. These people mean no harm. Just a small town.
What are you doing here? Are you on leave from shores, boats? What happened to you, boy? Are you in some
Uncle,
kind of
please,
trouble?
keep your voice down. I'm fine, but we should go inside to talk.
What's going on? And who's this?
He's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
Alright. So we just met up with Hadvar's Uncle Alvor.
What is it now, Mother?
It was as big as the mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrow.
Dragons now, is it? Please, Mother. If you keep on like this, everyone in town will think you're crazy. And I've got better things to do than listen to more of your fantasies.
You'll see.
Sven.
It was a dragon. It'll kill us all, and
Has
then
a
you'll
friggin'
believe
cool
me.
ass name. Alright, I gotta go inside and talk to Alvor. Phew. Still only a level 1. Haven't killed that much, haven't done much quests. Obviously, we're still in the beginnings of the game. But we'll get there. Slowly but surely, we'll get there. Do I have to talk to him? Let me try talking to him.
Ain't every day we get visitors in Riverwood.
What can you tell me about Riverwood?
Gerder's family first settled here as woodcutters a few generations ago. She and Hod run the mill. I make a decent living sharpening axes and fixing the sawmill.
What do you think about the war?
People are rightly stirred up about the damn Thalmor being allowed to roam around arresting people, just for worshipping Talos. But was it worth tearing Skyrim apart and maybe destroying the Empire? No. Ulfric will have a lot to answer for in the end. Nords have always supported the Empire, and the Empire has always been good for Skyrim.
Why are the Thalmor allowed to arrest people for worshipping Talos?
It's from that treaty that ended the Great War, remember? When the Emperor was forced by the Thalmor to outlaw Talos worship. We didn't pay much attention to it when I was a boy. Everyone still had their little shrine to Talos. But then, Ulfric and his Sons of Skyrim started agitating about it. Sure enough, the Emperor had to crack down, dragging people off in the middle of the night. One of the main causes of this war, if you ask me.
Alright, can I use your forge?
See no harm in it, if you have the skill.
I don't.
The grindstone will
That I can
improve
promise
your
you right
weapons.
now, I do not have the skill.
The table
Not now
will
yet.
improve your armor. If you've got the raw materials, you can use the forge to make something new.
Do you have any supplies I could take?
Of course, take what you need. But what's all this about? What are you two doing here?
You're just gonna yell at me and then let me take all your belongings. It's like me yelling at a robber coming into my house and just being like, "Wait, why are you here?" And then giving him everything I own. I don't want anything you have. You don't have any gold. You got a lockpick. I'll take that. I'll take the iron ingot too. I learned from my boss, who also plays Skyrim, which is weird but cool at the same time. He told me it's something I never did before, which is weird. But he said collect every bit of iron you can, and then later on turn it into a dagger. Which I used to turn stuff into daggers, but I would buy the iron instead of just collecting it. So collecting it makes sense though. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try doing that. A dragon attacked Helgen and destroyed it. Hadvar and I escaped together. Without you, Alvor.
What? A dragon? In Helgen?
No.
That explains what I saw earlier.
No, it doesn't.
Flying down the valley from the south. I was hoping I was wrong about what I thought it was.
It was a camel. It was a camel, Hadvar. Or it was a camel, Alvor. Hadvar will tell you the same thing.
A dragon?
No, a camel.
Here in Skyrim. What's this world coming to? First the war, now dragons.
Camels.
Trouble loves company, they say. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose.
Camel. It's not a dragon, you idiot.
We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
I already asked him. I think. What can you tell me about the Jarl?
Balgruuf. He rules Whiterun Hold. A good man, perhaps a bit overcautious, but these are dangerous times. So far, he's managed to stay out of the war. I'm afraid it can't last, though.
Which side in the war does he favor?
I don't think he likes either Ulfric or Elisif much. Who can blame him? But I've no doubt he'll prove loyal to the Empire in the end. He's no traitor.
No, he ain't. You support the Empire then?
Of course. Skyrim has always been part of the Empire.
That was a stupid question in retrospect. He's already pretty much said that.
But Nords have never been fair weather friends.
Yeah, I'm not a war. Or, I'm not a Nord. Who's Elisif?
Ah, I forget you're new to Skyrim. Jarl Elisif, I should say. Although only because she was married to Jarl Torig when he was murdered.
The High King.
Murdered Torig, you know. Walked right into his palace in solitude and killed him.
Shouted him to death.
Shouted him to death. If you believe the stories.
Shouted him to death.
That's what started this whole war.
I wonder
The Empire couldn't ignore that.
if that's even possible.
Jarls start killing
If I
each
could
other.
do it.
We're back to the bad old days.
How do I get to Whiterun from here?
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see it just past the falls. When you get to Whiterun, just keep going up. When you get to the top of the hill, you're at Dragon's Reach, the Jarl's palace.
I already asked you if I could take your supplies, so I'm not going to do that.
Good day.
Goodbye. What else is in here? Here's your daughter. Where's your wife? I'll take all your gold.
Sigrid, we have company.
Sigrid? Where's Sigrid? I don't see her. Is she back here? Whatever. Is this Sigrid? No, that's Dorothy.
We've been so worried about you.
Where the hell?
Come, you two must be hungry. Sit down and I'll get you something to eat.
Okay. I'm gonna sit down and eat your shit.
Helgen was destroyed? How did you get away?
I don't know where to start. You know I was assigned to General Tullius' escort. We will stop the
Well, he's gonna just explain how we escaped. So we already know. Oh, lady, we already know how we escaped. We don't need to listen to it. So we're just gonna continue on with this mission. If you can see, well, you can't see it anymore. Now you can see it in the top middle of my screen. You can see that I have a little compass, and that's telling me where I need to go.
I
So
heard Lucan yelling the other day about a thief breaking into a store. It wasn't me, honest.
yeah, we're gonna want to get that quest before we leave. I forgot about that. there's a reason for it later on. It's not that big a deal, but still.
Well, one of us has to do something.
Whoa.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Well, what are you going to do then, huh? Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that.
Can I take all your gold? Oh shit. Put that away. That was an accident. I'm actually going to talk to you.
Riverwood Trader is everything you...
Something happened?
Yeah, we did have a bit of a break-in, but we still have plenty to sell. Robbers were only after one thing. An ornament. Solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
I could help you get the claw back.
You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back. Now, if you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northeast of town. Show those thieves not to steal from Luke and Valeri.
What do you got for sale? Because you know I'm going to need some supplies if I'm going to get you back your claw. Clairvoyance is always a very useful spell, but I don't have the money for it, so I gotta sell him some stuff. Do I use a battle? No, I don't use battle axes. Oh, I'm in his. Good. I'm glad I don't have the money to buy that, because that just prevented me from doing something stupid. I'm gonna sell... I won't get any money from selling an arrow. So I'm gonna sell some daggers. Won't get much from them, but I'll get something. Sell that. I'm gonna keep the bow for now. I'm not gonna be an archer, but I'm gonna keep it for now. Foot wraps, I'll sell them just because, you know, they're there. I'm gonna get rid of the helmet. I'm gonna keep the armor just in case I need it in a tight spot. Keep the robes. Increases my magicka and magicka yeah, I'm gonna keep those so I can disenchant them and learn the enchantments later on, because I want to become a master enchanter. Sell that. Sell that. And then there's my Thalmor stuff. So I'm going to keep that stuff. I got a decent pull of gold from that. So I'm going to go to the books. And Clairvoyance is a very useful spell to learn. It shows you where you need to go when you don't know. And then I'm going to get Raise Zombie just because that's just fun. And then I don't have enough money for any others. So get out of that. Don't need to ask him if he sells spells, because I just bought spells from him. It'd be kind of stupid. It'd be like going up to going into a gas station and buying a couple packs of cigarettes and then
So now you don't have to
being
go,
like,
do you?
"Hey, do you sell Marlboro?" When that's what you just bought. Frickin' dog. Alright. Let's head our way up to Whiterun, and then we'll talk to the Jarl, and then I'll end the episode probably about there. Don't worry, we'll have enough time. We'll be alright on time. We'll be alright. Just taking a leisurely stroll. And I did do what I said I was going to do last episode and settle some favorites to stuff that I would be using, like the Flame spell, the Spark spell, and the Iron Mace. Ooh, excuse me. So yeah, I'm going to need to do a little bit more of that now that I've just learned a couple more spells, but for now it should be fine. Checking for wolves. They're mean little bastards. Ah ha ha! There you are, you little asshole. Right in the face. Sparks to the face. Little jackass. I can actually search this little guy too. I can get his wolf pelt. You know what? I'm actually going to take that. Because I can turn that into leather strips. and I can use it for my blacksmith. With my... Yeah, because Alvar just told me that I could use his forge. So yeah, why not? Why not, man? Just gonna scale down this mountain. This is the direction I've always gone to get to Whiterun. I'm pretty sure it's not the way you're technically supposed to go. It's not on the path. But it's just like, it's the way I went when I first ever played this game. That's how I've always gone. I'm on the lookout for something.
Must have run off.
Is it over there? I don't think it's over there. Shouldn't be. Or did I just miss it?
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks to you.
Well, screw you too. You didn't look like you needed any help.
Certainly not. But a true warrior would have relished the opportunity to take on a giant. That's why I'm here, with my shield brothers.
That's a lady. That's not a brother. That's a sister.
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the companions? An
Nope.
order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor.
Well
When we
then.
show up to solve
You
problems,
said she was a
join is
brother.
good enough.
I don't know, you might want to get her checked out. Sounds like a waste of my time.
Well, nobody asked you. If you think you're better than we are, go talk to Codlac Whitemane.
Why would I talk
See
to
what
him?
a warrior of true metal is like.
How about new? Yeah. If you have no idea what that was about, that was, let me see if I can go over here and find it. Oh, right there. See, when you first come up to Whiterun, you can find that little group of people fighting this here giant, who only has an arrow, and I will take that. And, if you help them, they'll be like, oh, thank you for the help, or blah, yada, yada, yada. And if you don't help them, then you get that little string of conversation that I just had.
Good hunt ahead of us.
Yeah, companions, which is what they are in there. That's also where I need to go, so that I can talk to the Jarl Balgriff of Whiterun. Oh my god. Oh. Just found out this one. Alright, good. That's something I really needed to learn. Couldn't remember how to sprint, and that's kind of important.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business.
This is official business, my good sir. Riverwood calls for the Jarl's aid.
Riverwood's in danger too. You better go on in. You'll find the Jarl in Dragon's Reach, at the top of the hill.
Thank you. How's your knee? Is it good? Okay. Alright. Getting close. Getting close. Yeah.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own.
Ooh, I
Why
can.
don't you swallow
I
that
can.
stupid pride of yours
Over
and ask
here.
Laurel
Me.
and Greymane
Me.
to help?
I can do it. I
I'd
can't
sooner
do
bend
it.
my knee
I
to
don't know.
Stormcloak.
I don't blacksmith.
Besides, Greymane would never make steel
Teach me
for
how to
Legion.
blacksmith. Teach me how to
Have
blacksmith.
it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
She took the job. Bellathor. So way up there is where I'm headed right now. Over there is where the companions are. I'm not going to join them. There's a reason for that. I'm not gonna say the reason though.
Helgen got hit by
If you heard before, I said that I was going to be. I said in the last episode that I was wanting to join the vampires. And if you have any backstory into what the companions are able to give you, you would know that that would interfere with my vampire quest. So I'm not going to join them. Not now, at least. And we're at Dragon's Reach. This is where Jarl Bolgraf is, and we're going in to find him. Sorry, not much has happened this episode, but you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Is the beginning of the series. Next episode, some shit should go down. Some big shit.
There's no telling what would you have me do then?
Back off, lady. Back away from me.
Brigands I can handle. But this
Back away, bitch.
This interruption. Jarl Balgraf is not receiving visitors.
Well, a guard let me in, so looks like you got a problem. Alvar sent me.
As Housecarl, my job is to deal with all dangers that threaten the Jarl or his people. So you have my attention. Now explain yourself.
I was told to give the message directly to the Jarl, not his slave.
Whatever you have to say to the Jarl, you can say to me.
No, I can't.
I'm starting to think...
I want to hear what he has to say.
You good with this? Ready to talk, Balgraf?
What's this about Riverwood being in danger?
Oh, hold on. Just to kind of lean in back a little bit. A dragon destroyed Helgen. Alvar is afraid Riverwood is next.
The smith, isn't he? Reliable, solid fellow. Not prone to flights of fancy.
Nope.
And you're sure Helgen was destroyed by a dragon? This wasn't some Stormcloak raid gone wrong?
Yes, I had a great view while the Imperials were trying to cut off my head.
Really? You're certainly forthright about your criminal past. But it's none of my concern who the Imperials want to execute. Especially now. What I want to know is, what exactly happened at Helgen?
The dragon destroyed Helgen. And last I saw it was heading this way, or the Imperials were about to execute Ulfric Stormcloak, then the dragon attacked. To be quite honest with you on this character, I'm taking the route of the Empire. So I would want to kind of persuade the Jarl to think that the dragon was aiding Ulfric. So I'm going to go with that one. The Imperials were about to execute Ulfric, then the dragon attacked.
I should have guessed Ulfric would be mixed up in this. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the
Why are you
strength of
circling
our
me?
walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger.
They shut up.
The dragon is lurking in the mountains.
She don't know what she's talking about.
You'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
Enough! I'll not stand idly by while the dragon
Burns my
hold
hold and slaughters my people.
Irrelevant. Send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best.
Sorry, it's kind of late.
Well done. You sought me out
Kindergarten
on your
humor
own
sets in.
initiative. You've done Whiterun a service, and I won't forget it.
You better
Here,
not forget it.
Take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps.
I am not
Come,
getting
let's
on a
go
table.
find Farengar, my court wizard.
And I do not mess
Looking
around with
into a
poles
matter
either.
related to these dragons and
When will you
ruins
people
of
learn they are not dragons, they are camels? I've already told you, I was there. I saw it. It was a camel. Not a friggin' dragon. You guys are idiots. Friggin' dragons are real. No, it's a friggin' camel. Learn your place. Alright.
Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill him in with all the details.
I hate this guy's voice.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research on dragons.
Just want to slaughter
Yes,
him.
I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
What does this have to do with dragons?
Ah, no mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? And where were they coming from?
So what do you need me to do?
I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Oh, so simple. Yeah, just go into a fucking burial place and fucking simple, yeah. Anything you can tell me about Bleak Falls Barrow?
Old tomb, built by the ancient Nords, perhaps dating back to the Dragon War itself. Ah, maybe you just want to know how to get there. It's near Riverwood, a miserable little village a few miles south of here.
I was just there. Shut up.
Locals can point you in the right
It's
direction
cool,
once you get
man.
there.
They're cool. Better than you. How do you know the stone tablet is in Bleak Falls Barrow?
Well, must preserve some professional secrets, mustn't we? I have my sources. Reliable sources.
I've never asked him this. Tell me more about the Dragon War.
Not surprised you've never heard of it. Even I used to think it was just a myth. But not anymore. The Dragon War was a real event, although only the barest glimmer of the actual events has come down to us. Far back in the Mythic era, the dragons were worshipped as gods in Skyrim. Many of the monumental ruins that still dot the landscape were in fact built as temples to the dragons. The details are lost, but at some point, the Nords rebelled. After a long and terrible war, the Nords overthrew their dragon overlords.
So, were all the dragons killed in the Dragon War?
Oh no. Many were killed, of course, but many survived into historical times. Why, this very palace was built by one of Balgruf's ancestors to hold a captive dragon. Hence its name, Dragon's Reach.
I don't really need to ask him any of this, so I'm not gonna. I freaking hate hitting that key. So, now I'm just gonna do the disenchant thing that I said I was gonna do earlier. And then I'm gonna call it there. So, disenchant this, and I'll learn that enchantment. Then I'll disenchant this and learn that enchantment. So there we go. We're done for now. So I'm gonna call it right there. And God, Farengar, shut up. I'm thinking you're studying dragons. It's freaking camels. Nobody understands anymore. Nobody understands. But yeah, I'm gonna call it right here. It's been a pretty long episode, a little longer than last time. So yeah, next time what we're going to do is we're going to go to Bleak Falls Barrow. We're going to do those 2 missions that I got just now. Going to have a jolly old time. And till then, this is Dawkins signing off.